You did everything right. You got the degree, you climbed the ladder, and you finally hit that magic number, a six-figure salary. You're supposed to feel secure, free, rich even. So why do you still feel like you're one surprise car repair away from a total meltdown? Why does your bank account look like it's holding its breath until the next paycheck? If you're pulling in $100,000, $150,000, or even $200,000 a year but feel like you're on a golden treadmill going nowhere, you are not alone. And here's the thing, it's not entirely your fault. You've been sold a lie about what success looks like in today's economy. The old promise that a six-figure salary equals financial freedom is crumbling, and it's trapping millions of high earners. In this video, we're going to expose the hidden forces draining your paycheck, and then I'll give you the real playbook for how to finally break free. For generations, hitting $100,000 a year was the benchmark. It was the finish line. It meant you'd made it. It promised a comfortable life, peace of mind, and the freedom to make choices out of desire, not desperation. But that promise has become a ghost. Today, for a huge and growing number of people, a six-figure income doesn't feel like a victory lap. It feels like the starting line for a much more expensive race. There's a massive psychological disconnect happening. Your W-2 says you're a high earner, but your stress levels are telling a completely different story. This isn't just a feeling, it's a new economic reality. Earning six figures has become the new minimum for surviving comfortably in many parts of the country, not for thriving. The goalpost hasn't just been moved, it's been put on a high-speed train going the other way. And this gap between your expectations and your reality is where the almost rich illusion lives. You have the title, the salary, the appearance of wealth, but none of the security that was supposed. You mean to come with it. So what's really going on? Let's break down the enemies of your wealth. There are four thieves working against you, systematically taking apart your six-figure income before it ever gets a chance to become real wealth. First, let's talk about the most obvious one, taxes. Your gross salary is a vanity metric. It's the big, flashy number designed to feel good, but it's not what you actually get to spend. The moment you cross into six-figure territory, you jump into a whole new tax game. A serious chunk of every new dollar you earn gets sliced right off the top for federal, state, and sometimes local taxes. That $250,000 salary might sound amazing, but depending on where you live, after the tax man takes his cut, it can feel a lot closer to $160,000 in actual take-home pay. And it gets trickier. As a higher earner, you start getting phased out of many tax credits that middle-income families rely on. You're in a financial middle ground, earning too. Much for certain breaks, but not nearly enough to have a team of accountants finding the loopholes the ultra-rich use. The second thief is silent but relentless. Inflation. Your money is worth less every single day. Since the beginning of 2020, the cost of pretty much everything has skyrocketed, with overall inflation climbing over 25%. To put that in perspective, a $100,000 salary from back then would need to be more than $125,000 today just to have the same buying power. Are you getting a 25% raise every few years just to stand still? I'm guessing not. This means that even if your salary goes up, your ability to buy things is actually going down. You're running faster and faster just to stay in the same place. This brings us to the third, and maybe the most dangerous thief, lifestyle inflation. This is the silent killer of wealth. As your income goes up, it's funny how your lifestyle seems to level up right alongside it, almost automatically. The bigger paycheck justifies the nicer apartment. That promotion means you deserve the new car with the higher monthly payment. You start eating at fancier restaurants and taking nicer vacations because, well, isn't that what people with your income are supposed to do? This isn't about enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is when your spending rises at the exact same pace as your income, leaving zero room to actually build wealth. It creates what's known as the golden handcuffs. Your high salary, which was meant to give you freedom, now chains you to your job. You can't afford to take a risk on that business you dream of or switch to a lower-stress job because your entire lifestyle depends on that big paycheck. Your income was supposed to be a tool for freedom. Instead, it has become the foundation of your prison. Finally, the fourth thief is the zip code tax. Let's be real. The highest-paying jobs are almost always in the most expensive cities. A $150,000 salary might make you feel like royalty in a small town, but in New York City, San Francisco, or Boston, it can feel painfully average. The cost of housing, childcare, and basic services is so high that you're forced to spend a huge chunk of your impressive income just to live there. You moved for the opportunity, but the opportunity is costing you a fortune. When you add these four thieves together, they expose the core misunderstanding that fuels the almost rich illusion: confusing income with wealth. Let me say that again. Income is not wealth. Income is what you earn. It's a flow of cash. Wealth is what you own. It's your net worth. It's the value of your assets, investments, savings, property, minus your liabilities like debt. You can have a sky-high income and a terrifyingly low net worth. This is the classic Henry: high earner, not rich yet. You're living a life that looks wealthy on the outside, but you're one job loss away from it all falling apart because you don't actually own anything of value. This is made worse by what I call the deferred gratification backlash. So many high earners spent years grinding it out. You worked brutal hours as a resident, a junior lawyer, or an entrepreneur living on ramen and hope. You did all that with the promise that once you made it, the stress would just disappear. But then you get there. You hit the big salary, and the stress is still there. So what do? You feel like you're owed a reward. You think, I sacrificed for years, I deserve to enjoy this. And that mindset, while totally understandable, triggers spending that sabotages your future. You buy the luxury car and the expensive vacations because you feel you've earned it. But all you're really doing is buying a fancier cage. If any of this is hitting home for you, do me a favor and hit that like button. And let me know in the comments, which of these four thieves is hitting your wallet the hardest? Is it taxes, inflation, lifestyle creep, or your zip code? Knowing the enemy is the first step. And make sure you're subscribed, because we're about to shift from the problem to the solution and give you the steps to break free from this trap for good. Okay, so you get the trap. How do you get out? The answer isn't just earn more money. For a lot of people, earning more just makes the trap bigger. The solution is a complete shift in your financial mindset and habits. It boils down to four key actions. First, the mindset shift. Go from chasing income to tracking net worth. You get what you measure. As long as you're focused on your annual salary, you'll stay stuck. Your new obsession has to be your net worth. You need to calculate it, track it every month, and make it your number one measure of financial health. Your net worth is your real score. It's simple. Add up your assets, savings, investments, retirement accounts, home equity, and subtract your liabilities, credit card debt, student loans, car loans, your mortgage. That number is the true indicator of your freedom. That's the number you're trying to grow. Second, pay yourself first, aggressively and automatically. This is the single most powerful tactic you can use. The pay yourself first rule is simple. Before you pay your rent, before you pay for anything, you send a chunk of your income to your savings and investment accounts. And you have to automate it. Set up automatic transfers for the day after you get paid. When you make it automatic, you take emotion and willpower out of the equation. The money is invested before you even have a chance to miss it. This is how you beat lifestyle creep by force. Third, a BI. Always be investing. The next time you get a raise or a bonus, do not let that extra money hit your checking account. Don't let it become part of your monthly budget. The moment you get that raise, you log into your payroll and increase your automatic 401k or investment contributions by that exact amount. You get a 5% raise, you increase your investment rate by 5%. This is how you consciously break the cycle of lifestyle inflation. You keep your current lifestyle, but your wealth-building engine kicks into overdrive. This one habit is the clearest dividing line between those who stay almost rich forever and those who become truly wealthy. Fourth, define your enough. The almost rich trap is a game you can't win because the goalposts are always moving. The only way to win is to stop playing their game and start playing your own. You have to sit down and figure out what financial freedom actually means to you. What does the life you truly want actually cost? Not the one you see on Instagram, but the one that would bring you real peace. Is it being able to go part-time? Is it covering all your bills with passive income? Is it having $1 million in an investment account? Get specific. Now, give your freedom a number. Once you have that number, you can work backward and build a real plan to get there. This enough number is your new finish line. It protects you from the endless, exhausting pursuit of more and gives you a clear target to aim for. The six-figure dream you were sold is a lie. Not because a high income is a bad thing, but because your income was never the source of freedom. The hard truth is that in today's world, a big salary often just means bigger expenses, more pressure, and less freedom. It's a hamster wheel, a gilded one maybe, but a hamster wheel nonetheless. But it does not have to be your reality. True wealth isn't about your salary or your job title. It's about how many months or years you could live your life without having to work. It's about how much of your life is paid for by assets you own, not by time you trade. It's about having options, the power to make choices because you want to, not because you have to. Security doesn't come from hitting some income number. It comes from intentional design. It comes from shifting your focus from what you earn to what you own. It comes from building a system that automatically builds your wealth in the background. The world is designed to keep you running in place, but you can choose to step off the treadmill. You can build your own game with your own rules and finally claim the freedom you were promised all along.